Talking about autism, the month of April being Autism Awareness Month. And we might bring in Amanda Gray into the picture right now. Good morning to you, Amanda.
Good morning.
Thanks for your time again today. We're talking about autism, and of course the month of April, which has just gone, is the Autism Awareness Month. And some of the things to look out for, it's quite difficult because there can be no physical attributes to autism.
Yeah, so one of the things parents sometimes struggle with is that they take their children out in public, and their child, because of their difficulties with dealing with sounds or with the social requirements of being out, they might say have a meltdown, which to other people might look like a temper tantrum, and so they might so they might get that sense of judgment from other people. So it's important to, like Jackie said, connect with someone who's been on that journey and not feel that judgment. It's not about bad parenting. It's about the child's struggle with the environment. It's because it's a neurological condition in that the brain is processing the world very, very differently to anyone else. So yeah, it is important that we connect with people who understand that, so we don't have that weight or that sense of guilt that it's a parent's fault with it, which is not.
And I think parents naturally, certainly me as a mother, naturally said, maybe I didn't read to them enough. Maybe I should have spoke to them when I was changing their nappy more, and things like that. And it is, you do get concerned at some of the parenting expectations, and especially when you're out. And of course, if you speak to parents that have children with autism, usually they would tend to do things at home. It's such an enormous effort to take your child out into a public situation. You don't know how they're going to react if you haven't been there before. It can be quite an exciting sort of, you're anticipating this family trip, and it can end up being a complete nightmare. So yeah, it's really important to be around people that understand, because you get interesting looks in supermarkets, and you get interesting comments about have you tried slapping them, or things like that, because they just assume that it's a spoilt child that is. Yeah.
Well, there is some good news surrounding all of this, because there's a lot of different groups that people can attend to. Where can people go for more information?
Yeah, well, other than the obvious thing of your GP and then referrals from there, within your community there's bound to be something in the near, but in the vicinity of where you live. In the Newcastle area, there's the Balance meetings, there's Strive, and certainly my husband and I, with what we went through, realised that without Cole and Andrea, our friends, I think we would have been in a fairly difficult place. So we decided to start our own autism support group. It's called Hunter Connect, and when I say our own, I mean it's within the Medowie area, Port Stephens area, and we attend Medowie Baptist Community Church, and we felt that it was an awesome opportunity to come under the umbrella of what is already a very successful church, and very community focused. And we get together on the third Tuesday of every month up at the church in Medowie, and we have different speakers that come. We were absolutely blessed last year and fortunate to have people like Dr. Lee Sturgeon, who's a consultant psychologist and renowned for dealing with children with behaviour and developmental issues, and Anne Benker, who is sensory trained, so sensory occupational therapist, and a good Scottish woman too, I might add. So obviously, and of course Amanda Gray. Amanda Gray came to speak and to talk to parents about anti-bullying and things, because if you've got a child that has a disability in a mainstream school, they can certainly be a target for children. So Hunter Connect for us is without a doubt an opportunity for mums, parents, to connect with other parents, but it's also an opportunity for organisations to showcase, I guess, the services that they can provide to children or families affected with autism.
Right. And there's also, you mentioned Medowie Baptist, they've got like a Play Connect group as well. Yeah.
Yes, well, I'll let Amanda talk about this because it sort of comes under the banner of Playgroup Australia initially.
So, yeah, I'm going to be coordinating the Play Connect through Medowie Baptist, but there are other Play Connect play groups around Newcastle. So if you go to the Playgroup Australia website and you can do a location search, and basically what Play Connect is about is if you're a parent and you have concerns about your child's development and you're not really sure about what to do next, and you have those difficulties with going out to public places or keeping appointments because of all the issues of trying to support your child, then Play Connect is a place that you can come and feel safe and talk to other parents and professionals about what do I do next. But if you're a parent who's just had a diagnosis and feeling a bit lost about what to do next, or if you're on a waiting list for early intervention, then again it's a place to come to connect with other parents and talk about what they've done and what you might be able to do at home while you're waiting, because what you do at home is just as important as, say, with an occupational speech therapist. So there's lots of things you can do at home with your child. So we're trying to, when we get going, we'll be talking about things that parents can do at home as well.
I think too, if parents take their child that have some behavioural difficulties into a mainstream playgroup, there's the opportunity for judgment and that feeling of, guilt. However, at Play Connect, it's a very safe, non-judgmental place for them to come and just say to another mother that understands, how did you deal with that? Because perhaps mothers in the mainstream playgroup just wouldn't understand.
Absolutely. My guests today, Jackie Hayes and Amanda Gray, and we have been talking about autism spectrum disorder, being April being the Autism Awareness Month. And thanks for your time today, ladies.